What's up, everybody? Jonathan back here today, and we're on Pacific Inlet, and we're going to be talking about the aftermath of High-Speed Logging number 6, which aired on Monday. So if you missed that, go watch that, because it was a pretty awesome video. I got a lot of great music in there. Well, decent music in there. Yeah, I try to find. I'm more of a rock guy, I guess. I don't care for much else of the music that's free on the YouTube audio library, but most of the rock music's pretty decent. I mean, there's some pretty good songs in there. So anyway, I try to put some good songs in the last video for Pacific Inlet, but today we're going to be talking about basically what we finished up the last time with High-Speed Logging number 6, kind of where we're at and where we're going. You probably saw a little bit of where we're going. We were kind of back up there behind the chopper, which brings me to another point. I've got the FDR forestry helicopter here, and I was testing it out a little bit last night, and it's pretty cool. I like it. And if you can't tell, I'm a bit stopped up. I have had some congestion issues over the last few days, so it was also good for me to have the high-speed logging. And the video that aired on Wednesday, you probably noticed there wasn't any talking in that one. That's just because I was so stopped up I couldn't hardly breathe. But I'm a lot better, and I've been taking some medicine and just about over it, so it won't be long to get over all this mess. But yeah, I was testing out this FDR chopper, and of course I wasn't playing at night, but it's got all the lights on it. That's pretty cool. But this thing's pretty neat. The only downside is, since I'm a one-man operation, I have to land it and then hook up the logs to it, and then lift them and put them in place. You can unhook them from the chopper, but you can't hook them up. It would be a little difficult. But I think in multiplayer, I think the way it works is one person can hover the chopper and have another person on the ground hook them up, hook the logs up. So that's pretty cool, and it sounds pretty good too. I don't know if you can hear this very well, but I'll fire it up. It sounds pretty neat. And it works just the way, if you're familiar with the drones, it works the same. You hold the left mouse button, it goes up. Right mouse button goes down. And then you can use, like for instance, I'm on a gamepad, so I can just use my trigger and steer it with the sticks, and you got your camera. But so let's just kind of take a look around. I mean, we pretty much, from about where those trees are all back around here, we had pretty much got it already. You can see all the stumps down there. So, we pretty much got all that. The only part that's left is, like I said, I had pre-staged a few trees back over here. You can see the small ones there in the front and the big ones in the back. I've got those kind of pre-staged so I don't have some huge frame rate issues. Still got a few little trees here or there just over in this sort of western part of the landing 1 area. Pretty good sized trees there that are, again, kind of pre-staged. You can see some small ones and some big ones there. But pretty much everything else we got. Now, whenever I first was getting landing 1 set up, what I did was you can see where I've cut a few trees sort of just to the right of the chopper. And I kind of just followed this edge of this ridge, but I didn't get all those picked up, and I didn't cut all the trees over here. But I mean, that's okay. We'll get them later. I was just kind of getting a little tired of landing 1, so I thought you can see there's another little path I cut down through there. But so what I did was I moved up the mountain a little bit, and there's another floating tree. Okay, so I moved. Well, actually, no, that's not where we're at. We're back over here. And get everything straight. Actually, it's even a little further north than that. There we go. Okay, so I took the tractor with the ground modification tool on it, and I made us a little landing. The ground modification is pretty cool. If you've never used that, it'll actually let you cut the grass too. And of course, I've got all the I use the, I guess that's pig mud, maybe? I don't know. It's a dark mud looking color. I just thought it'd be a little different than the regular old rough dirt texture. But you can see I've already got a bunch of trees there. I flew some in last night. I was kind of testing out the chopper, and I flew some in. Of course, you got your cab view, which, oh, there is some pretty cool stuff in here. Good job, FDR. And then, of course, you got your down view, which you can kind of see below you. So I flew in some trees, and they're all just kind of scattered. And what I was planning on doing was moving in the processor once I finish up over there on landing 1 and kind of clean some of that up. And then what I'm planning on doing is probably right there about where the, just to the left of that big rock, I'll try to clear some of that out to use as the pre-stage area where I can fly the timber in, drop it, and then I'll probably use the skidder probably to move the logs in where the processor can get them. But also the other reason I wanted to use the chopper was there's you can see the area I cut. I'm following my cut path. I took the fella buncher and just drove up here and cut as I went, and it got a little steep in some of these areas. You can see I got a bunch of trees on the ground, but what I did was I just took a chainsaw and cut them down, because I mean some of that's really steep in there, like on the other side of this little ridge here. It gets really steep in there. So I didn't want to fight with the fella buncher, so I just cut him with a chainsaw, which works out fine. I mean, I'll just have to land and grab a few trees and take off and drop them over there at the job site, but not a big deal. And I think this is going to be a lot easier than even trying to use a cable skidder. The only downside is finding a place to land, but once I get a few trees cleared out, I'll be able to do that a little better. So let me see here. If you're unfamiliar with the chopper, let me see if I can pick up a few trees. There's about 3 trees right here that will work. So like I said, unfortunately with just a one-man operation, you have to come in for a landing. And it's just like any other cable skidder. You just hook up the trees with the B key on the keyboard. And then once you got the trees you want hooked up, you just take off. Make sure we get cleared of all the other trees. And then pretty quickly we can move some wood back to the job site, because this thing's fairly fast. I mean, it's doing about 50 miles an hour ground speed right now. And then what I usually do is just switch to my down view and come in a little bit lower. And from here it's just kind of, you know, waiting on the logs to settle down on the line. And when you get over your site, I usually just start lowering it a little bit till the trees start touching the ground. I can get a good drop on it. And then Shift B just drops them. So I didn't get a good one there, but it's a little tough sometimes to get them just right. But I think we can pretty quickly move some wood. I mean, unfortunately, you know, with using the chainsaw, they just kind of drop where they drop, but if we can deal with that, then I think we'll move some wood in a hurry. I haven't tried, you know, testing the limits of this thing. I know some of those cable skidders will pull quite a bit of wood, and I imagine this will lift quite a bit too. But we'll have to test that out. I'm going to leave that right there for now. And let's see. Let's go back over to the other job site. And let's try to finish up. I've got just a couple of trees here left to cut. Or process, I guess I should say. Wow, that thing's really twitchy today. Could be because I got so many logs piled over here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Bunch of logs, my frame rate's dropping, so I've got to get some of that cleared up. I usually try not to pile up so many logs, but I'm trying to finish up this area, and I thought I'd go ahead and try to finish up what was left. So let's see if we can't get some of these logs out of here and improve our frame rate. Of course, we're at 60 now, but must be something else over here that's causing the frame rate. Well, I thought it was all the logs, but it must have been something back behind me there that's causing my frame rate to drop. Probably one of those mods back there. Alright, come on. I like the map autosave, but sometimes it kind of locks me up for a little bit. Okay, see if we can get this bunch on here. This may be a little tricky. One of my logs up there's, yeah, I got a couple of twisted in there. Yeah, I tried for too many there. That one's okay. This one is messed up. I tried to pick up too many, I think. That looks like a pretty good load there. Let's check it out. Need to bump those logs back, but otherwise we got us a load. Let me see if I can straighten that up. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, I think just being around those other mods maybe is causing the frame rate, because if you look, see if I'm looking back this way, I'm at 60 frames per second. If I look towards some of the other stuff, I'm at 40, so it's gotta be what it is. Okay, now I was waiting on the sawmill to go into great demand before I sold a lot of wood, but I've got a bunch piled up over there. You can't really see it. I'll drive over there. You can see I got a bunch of logs piled up over there, and if I start to unload any more, it's just going to cause some huge frame rate drops. I've got another couple big piles over there, so I think I'm done stockpiling. I was really hoping that the sawmill would go into great demand so I could sell the wood at a higher price, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I'm just going to sell it from now on. And the fact that we've got all the wood stockpiled, if it happen to does go into great demand at some point, then we'll be ready. Okay, so there's load number whatever. I'm not keeping up. 250 something, I think. Okay, so the other thing to talk about is these wood chip storage facilities. I've got 3 of them. Each one of them holds 1 million liters of wood chips. They're all full. There's that one. You can see I put the cones up here whenever I get them full, so I know not to drive up there. And this last one over here, I filled it up just the other night, so I need to, or was it high-speed logging? I can't remember. One of those. So let's go ahead and put the cones up there so we can know it's full. And I really hate whenever these cones get turned over because they're so hard to get back up right. But I did find a neat trick to do it. I saw one back over there that was knocked down, so I'll show that to you in just a minute. Alright, so that one's full. Yeah, I guess we're just going to have to sell the wood chips from now. I was hoping to, well, oh, here we go. Here's a good example. So I dropped it, and I'll show you how to get it back up right. So the way I figured out how to do it is this little concrete ledge. Just watch this. Boop. Well, almost got it. I got it just a little bit too far. There. See, there you go. Pretty easy. Okay, so now we know that one's full, and I'm not sure. I was, like I said, I was really hoping that the the sawmill would go into great demand, so I could sell some of that. That's why I've been stockpiling it. But look, now I got this one nearly full, and this one over here is probably full. So I've got too many wood chips and not very good prices. That one's full. Let's see, what is the prices? Let's take a look at that. Well, it's kind of stalled at 288. It was a little higher than that. But, you know, I just don't know. I guess, I mean, I could probably get another one of those facilities and store the wood chips some more, but gosh, kind of running out of room to put them. Guess I could put it right there. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, you know, We got the money. Let's see here. Placeables. Wood chip storage, and let's see, let's put it right over here by the gas station. I gotta have room to pull in behind it too, and give me room to get out, so I think right about there will work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool. Now we got one more. We've got 4 million liters we can hold up now. Alright, and I skidded up some more small trees to be chipped up, so let's go ahead and put a few of those in these deals here. Now I don't really know where we're at on this. I can't really see the thing down there. I just kind of keep putting them in there until it doesn't take them anymore, and then I stop. And I do have one of these wood chip. Well, I see there it won't take anymore, but I'll just let them sit there. Then eventually they'll go in. But I do have one of these wood chip crusher things on my new map, the Forbidden Forest, and thanks to a tip from Beardshot Gaming, I did figure out how to speed it up so it does output chips a little faster. So I think I sped it up by like 3 times normal speed. That one's almost almost a quarter full. And let's see, where was I at? Oh, I think my truck's... Oh, I need to put some logs in here too. Oh yeah, we're way low on this one. Oh gosh, I can't even see what I'm doing. Oh, there went a tree. Man, I can't, with all these limbs on here, I can't see what I'm doing. I try to put them when I skid them up with the where I can see the butts pretty good, but sometimes it's still hard to see. Like right there, if I try to reach these out here, I can't really see good. Just have to hope and guess that I'm grabbing them. So these wood crushers are pretty cool because like right to the left there behind the gas station building or whatever that is, you can kind of see that other chipper I had back there, and that one's okay. It's quicker, but it's such a pain to load it because it's such a small area you gotta aim for. This wood crusher's nice, except it's just kind of a bit slow. Okay. Oh yes, my log truck, that's what we were doing. Okay. Well, and here's another cone I noticed was down. So if you pick it up kind of sideways, there we go. And I may end up selling this little shed thing here, and I may put in some log storage there. So I've got, if you see back over there, just to the right of the grapple loader, you can see the log storage area. I've got just a bunch of little log rack things. I could probably put some of those there and store some wood, but yeah, I'm really hoping that the sawmill goes into great demand pretty soon, because I haven't really sold all that much wood. And now that I've got the other wood chip storage, I can put them in there. So maybe we'll get some higher prices soon. Alright, let's grab this one log that got away from us. Yeah, I'm really trying to get this spot cleaned off so we can move all of our equipment up there to the new site where I was dropping the logs off with the helicopter. Yeah, and usually my problem is when I'm trying to load trucks, I try to grab too many logs at once. I need to stick to about 3 or 4 logs. Make it easier to load, I think. Especially the first load. If you try to get too many, they all try to get crossed up and act weird. And this load's kind of got messy. And see, it's all crossed up in there. Oh well. I'm just going to throw maybe 3 or 4 more logs on there and strap it down and just take off. Wow, that's not good at all. Oh well. Not pretty, but that'll work. Alright, so my plan is when I finish up the logs that are there at the landing, I'm going to move the processor and the grapple loader over there where I had those logs pre-staged and kind of clean those up. And then we'll move on up to our new site. So I still see a few trees below the processor right there that need to be skidded up and processed. And once we get those, then we'll be ready to move the processor at least. Yeah, so once we get these trees up there and processed, then we'll be ready to move the processor. Gotta find my skidder. Uh-oh. Well, the bulldozer was in the way. Or too close, I guess I should say. Alright, let's get these last few trees right here. And then I believe, yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put the skidder over here where I saw this big group of large trees, and we'll have it ready to skid them down the hill to our little pre-stage area. Dang stumps. Yep, so we'll have that sitting there ready. And then when we move everything, we'll skid those down the hill. So let's go ahead and try to knock all this out. Yep, now how did that come out? I cut it. And there it goes acting up again. Sometimes it'll come on through. Looks like it's not going to. So let's try it again. come on. Yeah, these small ones, I mean, I've been chipping them up, but since they're here, might as well just go ahead and process them. I mean, I can't even get a full, I mean, I get the whole tree, but not much value because value system when you sell the logs on Farming Simulator is if the tops are, you know, cut off, not pointy like those are, then you get more money for them, but oh well. Don't really care. All right. Now I think that's all of them. Yeah. Okay. So real quick, we got the low boy right over here. So let me quickly switch over to there. And we'll get our processor moved down near to this pre-stage area. And then once I get this moved over there, I'm going to show you what we're going to do for high-speed logging number 7. It's going to be a bit of an ambitious project, but I think we can do it with the helicopter. It shouldn't be a problem getting the wood moved quickly. Oh yeah, and I got one other thing that we're going to do before we end the video. So hang with me to the end. You don't want to miss it. As a matter of fact, just to make sure we got enough time, I'm just going to park the truck right here. We'll offload it later. Okay, so let's look at the map. Alright, so just below where it says Ashworth Mountain, right in the middle of the map, you see the yellow dot and the green dot, and then the little gas symbol right there in the middle of the map, which I'm not sure what that is, what that's there for. But anyway, the two dots just above Knoll Lake and below Ashworth Mountain, that's where we're at right now, our new job site. And we're going to cut from there in a northeasterly fashion up towards number 6, where the two green dots are close together. That's the chopper and the I forget what's up there. The service truck is up there by 6. The chopper, anyway, where the two green dots are, or the fell buncher, chopper and the fell buncher. Okay, so the two green dots is about where my cut line is. So we're cutting in a northeast fashion up from the green dot and yellow dot above Knoll Lake. That's our new job site up towards 6, and we're going to cut everything in that triangle. So all the way back down to basically where we just finished up with high-speed logging number 7, or number 6, excuse me. So let's see, what is that? That's a skidder. Let me hop back over here. Okay, yeah, so you see right about here where the fell buncher is, my cut line that I came up was kind of straight, kind of that way, just to the edge of those trees that are still standing, I think. Maybe it was around, no, it looks like I went around this little mountain or whatever. Anyway, so it's that you can see our job site just barely past that tree right there where my pointer's at, if you can see that. That's where our new job site is. We're going to cut all that. So from 6 over to our new job site and then back down the triangle to where the road leading up to number 6 and the road around Knoll Lake meet up down there. That's where we're going to cut. And it looks like a lot, but really it's kind of not, because there are some areas where there's just not many trees in there. So I think we'll be good. And with the helicopter carrying 5-6 or so trees at a time at close to 50 miles an hour, I think it'll be pretty quick. Plus the other thing is I won't have to worry about driving the skidder up here and navigating around stumps. I can just lift the trees straight out. Now there will be some skidder work, I'm sure, when we get in the lower areas, but these areas that are real steep, for sure we're going to use a chopper. Okay, so the last thing we need to do before we end the video is take a look at this. Yeah. Okay, so here's the prices. Let's go over here to the stats. Oh, I cut. Wait a minute. Now, why is it saying that I've cut down over 10,000 trees? Well, anyway, I was doing some cutting last night, and I got to 9,996, I think. But I don't know why it's saying that there's over 10,000 cut now, which I didn't cut anything today, I don't think, did I? No, I didn't cut anything. Anyway, regardless, we're over 10,000 trees cut now, and I was gonna make a big deal out of it when cutting down the number 10,000 tree, but yeah, screwed that up. Anyway, we're over 10,000 trees. That was the other big news. And you can see we still got a lot to cut. There's probably, I'd have to guess, there's probably close to 30,000 trees on this map. And we'll never find out, because the area just to the west of Knoll Lake, that kind of swampy wetlands area, I'm not cutting any of that. I tried, and it's just too it's too hard to navigate through there. So I'm gonna be sticking to the dry surfaces, dry land surfaces. But so anyway, okay, we're gonna go ahead and end the video, and the next time you see, unless I change my mind, the next time you see Pacific Inlet, it's going to be high-speed logging number 7. And I'll try to get it to it a little quicker than I did last time. I think it's going to go a lot faster with the helicopter. So, yeah, and I'll probably end up not showing you every minute of gameplay. I'll probably work some off camera, clearing some of this out. I'll show some of the key stuff. But I think it'd go a lot faster that way. And I am trying to get this whole map cut before Farming Simulator 19 comes out. That was kind of my goal. I think we've done a pretty good job. If you're following me on Facebook, you saw the map I posted up where it's got all the areas cut. So just as a recap, we have cut everything from the Catsea Lake all the way down on the right hand side of that road where it says Cerna Pass. We've cut all that. That's nothing but just stumps. Around Landing 1, we've cut basically the lower triangle part of that. And up around Davison Lake, we've cut most of that. Just a couple little spots too where we've cut. But my guess is we probably cut a third of the map. So I'm guessing there's about 30,000 trees or more. So we still got a ways to go. But if I can knock out this whole section, and then get back over towards landing number 2 and cut from like around the north side of Orda Lake over to landing 3, and then that just leaves the majority of the north of Ashworth Mountain area, which probably won't be many trees anyway. It's like pretty mountainous, and then Dudley Mountain in the top left corner. Which again is probably not that many trees in there. So I think we'll pretty much have cut the majority of it once we finish up around Ashworth Mountain and Orda Lake. But anyway, yep, that's it for today. Appreciate you watching, and would also appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can get my videos monetized again. That would be nice. I was getting close to getting paid, then YouTube changed the policy and demonetized on my videos because I didn't have 1,000 subscribers. So, but anyway, hit that subscribe button, help me out. And also, if you want to become a Patreon member, I've got a Patreon page set up. You can see the description, or link in the description below. And also, if you want to just do a one-time donation of a small amount or a large amount, doesn't matter. I've got a PayPal.me account set up. You can do it that way. So anyway, until next time on Pacific Inlet, this is Jonathan. You'll have a good one. Take care. Thanks for watching.